Once more, welcome, friends and lovers of the mystic world. I am still your brother, your friend, Ajachulo Kalose. I am also the anchor of the Awakened Soul. I am also Obota Agbo, which means the troubleshooter of Agbo. I'm the leading head of the Agbo Mystic Society of the Igbo tribe that is spread around the whole world today. Pardon me, I want to bring this down. And I am residing precisely here in the United States, and a lot are going on the internet, and it's my pleasure to have here a fellow awakened entity and a brother, the Omoshifila himself. he's actually responding all the way from Lagos, Nigeria, and I'm here in Columbus, Ohio, United States. And a lot has been going on our conversation after the video I made out yesterday, just playfully trying to debating the computerization as the one that did not originate from the so-called West concept. It has been the IFAization and the AFAization or the oracleization that is being our core foundation from our ancestors as the West African and the Yoruba cosmology and the Igbo cosmology, the Ijaw nation cosmology, and all the tribe that has been holding on the core spiritual fundamentals that have made us who we are, scientific, empirical, and not that science just brought us and gave us a computer. No, and this was what I was debating on the video. If you have not seen the video, even though I used the Igbo language to do it yesterday, and you need to go to our YouTube at the Awakening Soul, you will see it. The computer, which we say in Igbo means koputive, let it manifest. So it is an aberration. It is a word that was used to awaken and bring into realization what you want the spirit to teach you. And I'm happy to welcome you here, Mr. Oshifila himself. Perez, how are you doing? And you are on the floor. How is everything going on, sir?
Thank you so much, my boss. Thank you so much. I watched your video on the computer. It's interesting. I really wish I could speak Igbo, and one day I'm still going to learn to speak and understand it beyond the small one I'm already picking. Yes.
Yes. So when you were like trying to understand what I was trying to point at, you realize that this has been the same thing we've been talking about for a while. So we're not going to hit so much of wasting time. We want you to connect my concept of AFA as an Igbo dibia and your concept of IFA in computation and the ODU nation in the IFA literal history and cosmology, mythology, epistemology, metaphysics, moral physiology and philosophy, spiritual philosophy and natural philosophy in this whole Yoruba knowledge base. How do you connect this computerization into the IFA logic?
Thank you so much for the question. So, IFA is a lot of things.
Okay.
And IFA contains a lot of information. IFA contains scientific information, mathematical information,
okay,
metaphysical information. You know, IFA is a base in the Yoruba language, for history, for poetry, for mathematics, for calculations, for metaphysics, and a lot of other things.
So what is ODU? Because why? Yesterday I brought out that in my own Igbo cosmology, computer means computer. COMPUTARIZATION. Let it manifest. You are making inquiry from the angle of the basis of the universe, which we can connect to our four market days, the Eke, Oye, Afo, Unko, which are deities of their own. So when you make these inquiries, it will manifest, which become COMPUTARIZATION, which is let it manifest. So what can you use in the coding of the computer connected to the IFA?
Good. So before we look at the word ODU, we will look at the word IFA itself.
Okay.
The word IFA in the Igbo language is called AFA.
AFA.
Yeah. Around the Benin Republic axis, it is called FA.
Yes.
Yes. So we have FA, we have IFA, we have AFA. Now, when you come to the Ijaw language, the word FA is symbolic and powerful. The word FA in the Ijaw language represents nothingness. So you can look at micro knowledge at the micro level, micro going non-physical, going
atomic,
spiritual,
atomic
going
level.
Atomic.
Okay.
Now the Ijaw people express the concept of eternity as simi-far minise.
Agwo, which we Igbo call it. I'm sorry to interrupt. The Igbo call it agwo, which is anyanwo or agwo. Continue.
Okay. So IFA actually is endless in itself. Endless information. You can ask the practitioners. Nobody can say that there is a single book that contains all IFA. IFA is endless.
So what you are trying to tell us now, that anybody who has brought any book to give to Africa and say this is the word of God, don't add, don't remove, is a scam, right?
How can you tell us the word of God can be contained in one book?
Okay.
How can something that is big and so powerful as the supreme force, his word cannot be contained in one book? Alpha cannot be contained in one book. It is endless. Just like science has proven that the universe keeps expanding. IFA keeps expanding.
So what is the ODU? Hello?
Yeah, you said so. What is ODU?
What is ODU and how can you relate it with the code?
Okay. In the Yoruba language, the ODU are the codes. The different codes of IFA. You understand?
A layman will not understand it that way when you say ODU. Are we talking about the code? Does it correlate ODU and code? Does it relate? Was that code taken from the Yoruba word ODU?
Yes, you see, a lot was taken from Africa. The Western science, the science of the Oyibo people, is based off Latin, Greek, right?
Okay.
Rome, right? Latin, Greek, Roman, and all of those are actually based off the Egyptian science, knowledge, technology, and all of that.
Okay.
Right? Everything you see in the West is based off Egyptian knowledge and education.
Okay.
And Egyptian knowledge and education traces back to West Africa.
So can we use the better word, the Kemetic, not Egyptian, because Egypt was not,
Of course.
Yes.
Of course. So it traces back to Kemer.
Yeah.
Kemeotu,
yeah. Which is Ijaw language, right? The Ijaw people. Hello, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. So what like ODU gives you insight into the word atom, the scientific word atom, or the Egyptian atum. And there is no way you can even look at the word code without seeing the word ODU inside.
That's true.
That is it.
So how do we use the ODU through the IFA to begin to have access to the endlessness of what IFA represents?
Okay. The IFA divination system can review in multiple ways about an idea, about a problem, about a situation, can review solutions, and remedies. That is what IFA is all about. But it is interesting that research has shown that even the Google system, the computer system, the computation system that is being used in the world today is based off 256 codes.
Yeah.
Just like we have it in ODU 256 codes of ODU 256 binary codes, computation for computers. So again, it was taken directly from the IFA divination system.
Let's make a small mad collection from what you sent to me about a friend of yours who was able to build a fact word clock, of
Yes.
which we have some collections of the ODU together and
Yes.
making meaning from it. You know, the
Yes.
second thing you sent to me, our viewers might want to know, because we want to be very much practical, how scientific was the IFA? You see, tell me much about the ODU and how much we can put this thing into pragmatism.
Okay, so this post is a call to all of us who are studying African science and spirituality, that the knowledge of African science and spirituality can actually be applied in mathematics, can actually be applied in computation, can actually be applied in inventions. So I gave you the example of my friend who created an IFA clock.
Yes.
That is a very simple example. And don't forget that inventions, even way back, started with simple things like clocks, bicycles, and so on and so forth. You understand?
I know.
You
Very
understand?
much.
So people who understand computation, Google Oracle. For instance, there is no way you can pronounce the word Oracle without saying Ora in Igbo.
Ora.
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 For divination.
Ora. We say it Orakuru, which means,
Okay.
yes, Ora in Igbo say Orakuru, which means the aura. To an extent, we try to say the conglomeration of the people, both physical and invisible, right? That's how we call it, the aura. When we say ora mado, ora mo, in Igbo, when we want to do invocation through AFA, we will call the ora mado and ora mo, meaning that the conglomeration of the physical entities and the congregation of the invisible entities. So they're going to bear witness in the far for you to have your reality manifest. So that means Ora now is talking about the oracle, and we call it Ora Puru, which is where they took that word oracle. Continue.
Okay. Now that's interesting. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So, not that the question is not that can we apply IFA or African science to modern mechanics.
Yep.
That's not the question. It has already been applied. The computer we use today was actually created of those IFA computations. So what we should rather do is to study IFA more ourselves, do it by ourselves. Study it to the point that we too were able to apply it. Like my friend has invented a clock, we too should study it to the point that we too can invent something out of the computation, out of the analysis, etc., etc. Just like Philip Emeagwali, an Igbo man,
Yes,
was able to sit down and apply to the point of creating an aspect, a major aspect of the internet that we use today.
that's true.
So it usually pains me when people try to say technology is owned by the Oyibo people. Black man has made too much massive contribution to technology. We cannot call technology Oyibo man thing. It is actually much, much, much from us. And we should actually not stop.
So
we should apply our mind
we are saying
to the numbers,
that Philip Emeagwali was
and 1, because that is what IFA is based on. 0 and 1.
Yeah, we're going to come to that in our next talk. In our next talk, we're going to talk about the O2, the 1 and 0. Now, Philip Emeagwali was a Nigerian Igbo man. Do you want to tell me that it was when he came to the west side of the world, that he began to learn about computation? No, I mean, he came with it. It was the alpha in him. The alpha was in him. He is a complete symbolism of Ifa in him. So he was trying to use the current help of the environment he found himself to express what is in him. Like we have many Africans. You talk about Michael Jackson, who is an African, South African, right? Those
Yes, yes.
guys are possessed by the high spirit of our ancestors, but yet we thought they were Western people. We talk about the Stephen Wonder, who is also from South Africa.
Yes.
Not limited to many Yorubas I know today who has contributed so much tremendously in many of the technological companies today. And this guy who is owner of Tesla, what's his name again? Elon Musk is also from South Africa. So you want to tell me that these are a bunch of Asians who have returned, but how then did they end here? Was it only through, tell me, was it only slave trade process, through the slave trade, that we find the black people in America or in the west of the world? Or were there any way there were a black nation in this side?
The truth is, all lands were originally settled by a black race. That is the simple truth. Before other races evolved, into those places, either by migration, either by genetical mutations, and on and on. So the land of America, for instance, was settled by a black race. They will tell you Indians and all of that, but that's a lie. That's a lie. In fact, existing pictures of what an ancient American looks like, I have seen those pictures. It's pure black men, women. There are existing pictures in archives. You understand?
Yeah.
Apart from those existing pictures, I have interviewed black Americans who said to me, look here, we didn't get here by slave trade. We didn't even get here by migration. We are aboriginal to these lands. I have interviewed black American people who said so to me. That they are descendants of an ancient Oru race.
In America here?
In America. Black people, they dress like Africans. They look black like us. They told me we didn't come here by slave trade. We didn't come here by migration. We are aboriginal to these lands. They said, don't believe the stories and the brainwashings that is all over the place. Don't believe all that.
So there are aboriginals here before, not the Red Indians. You want to tell me so?
There are aboriginal black people all over America. And in fact, when you go to the Mexican side of America,
yes, sir,
you will find huge evidence cast in stone. The Olmec heads, black men, flat nose, indigenous to those places. Nobody even know how those stones got there, but they are the evidence that this place was once owned and ruled by a black race.
So what happened to the
this
black
researcher race? That was digging too much into this thing? They killed him.
Oh, really?
I forgot his name. There's this American man, a black American man, a researcher who was digging these things out aggressively. He dropped dead suddenly.
So
Runoko Rashid.
Oh, that's his
Rashid
name.
Rudo. Yeah.
Okay, let's go into the science of IFA. How much can we use IFA in our spiritual philosophy and natural philosophy, majorly?
Yes, please come again.
I say, how much can we make use of IFA in metaphysics, in our spiritual philosophy and our natural philosophy, IFA itself?
Okay, so we have said that IFA contains mathematics, and mathematics is the language of the universe. Mathematics is the base language of all science, the underground and undertone language on which the fabric of the whole universe is being operated. Is mathematics, is codes. That is what IFA is. I think Tesla said something like that.
Yeah.
You understand? That there is a code that operates the whole universe, that controls the whole universe. It's a mathematical code, the language of the gods. That's what IFA is all about. So there is a computation, mathematics side of IFA. There is a divination side of IFA. You understand? There is a medical side of IFA. There is a linguistic side of IFA. There is a philosophical side of IFA. There is a moral side of IFA. How to live. Social etiquette, how to behave. how to address specific situations, how to address political situations. All these are existent in IFA. It is us. The problem is we have not applied ourselves enough into it. In fact, a lot of us discard it, we condemn it, and it is foolishness to discard and condemn what you have not studied. I put it to you today that the Oyinbo man understand IFA more than us.
See what is happening in the South Americans. Every
Because
part of
they
the
have
South
studied it, they have
Americans,
studied it more than us.
international IFA society, I've dabbled into these people, and they are doing globally, powerfully, relevantly good. You know, they are turning the whole side of the whole South America into IFAlogy and the IFA society. And then
Yes.
we who are born indigenous to it shying away from this reality. Shit.
In fact, let me tell you, they will be happy if you don't study it. Yes, they will be happy if you don't study. They will be happy if you are studying the Bible. That is why all most existing IFA books are extremely expensive. They are almost unavailable.
Unavailable. I agree with you.
Yes.
I have sought for
And
one
very
you sent to
expensive.
me. There is a one you sent to me. It's good that our viewers can also get hold of books that can help you as an if you are a custodian of IFA, an episode of the IFA literal corpus. So, and the other one is the mechanism of the IFA divination system, highlighting some element of technological knowledge of IFA and to divination system. Yeah, I am. Can you hear me?
So the first book is the most expensive book ever written by a Yoruba person.
Crazy.
Exposition into IFA and all of that. It contains so much. The second one is IFA divination system. The second one is telling you the science and technology linked to IFA straight away by mathematics and by computation. And these are books that we should read and study. We should not condemn what we have not. It is foolishness to condemn what you have not studied. So it's a call for us to apply ourselves to AFA, the AFA in Igbo land, the Dibia in Igbo land, the AFA, the Igbo man, the Dibia man in the village. It is time to pay attention to what they are doing. To extract the Babalawo in your village. It's time to visit them. It's time to look at the existing books. It's time to read them. Drop the Bible for a while. If I drop some of these secondary school and university textbooks for a while, it is time to study the existing knowledge. The knowledge is just sitting down there. How dare you condemn what you have not studied? So it is time to study before you even say anything. It is time to study. Apply our mind to it, then we will bring something out of it.
Oh, wow. We need to get hold of this deep, relevant document. There is this one the one I sent to you, right? The lepers of the magical down, science and the cosmological foundation of the Igbo culture. People don't know anything about this. Do you believe that the person that gave me this book, the PDF format, is an American, is a black American guy? You know Jordan, right? The guy that is into CBD. Yeah,
I know Jordan so very well.
He saw my video. He saw my video. He was like, "Wow," But he was the one that shared this Igbo cosmological, very powerful cosmological foundation of Igbo culture book as a PDF format to me. He said it to me. He said, "I'm going to give you a gift." When I gave him After God is Dibia, he said, "Oh, I have After God is Dibia 1 and 2." I was shocked. Black American. I was shocked. So we are busy reading the Bible and the Quran in Africa, and this side of the world, these people are busy exploring and having access to the digitality, or we call the oracleization, we call the ifalization and the afalization.
The codification, the odualization.
They are busy having access to it. And why are we always connecting it to the devil? Is there anything, we're going to stop here, is there any ground, like when you hear Satan, does it correlate with any spiritual formation or deityship or personality in Yoruba culture? Please be very, very effective. Be very real.
Is there what?
Does Satan, does it correlate? Is there any shrine, any particular spiritual entity that have the equal name or what we call Satan? Do you have anything that you can say, oh yeah, this is Satan in Yoruba cosmology?
No. In the whole of Yoruba spirituality and deity pantheons, there is nothing that we can liken to Satan. And we don't even know where they brought the idea of Satan from. And we don't identify with it. We don't also identify with the idea of God.
Yes.
We don't understand these two words. That is the truth.
So what is very close to Ekwensu or Satan in Yoruba? And what is that?
There is nothing close to Satan in Yoruba spirituality, because according to their Bible, Satan is an angel made from stone, going up and down, deceiving people. There is nothing like that in Yoruba.
Enemy of
so
God.
Igbo people have Ekwensu. I know Ekwensu is not Satan.
No, it's not Satan either. Yeah.
Ekwensu might be close to Yoruba Eshu or Ijo Egbesu.
Beautiful.
But these are not to be likened to Satan or to Egyptian Kensu. We have those ones here, Kensu. But they should not be likened to Satan.
So Satan is aberration. Satan is a metaphor that was brought in to demonize what we uphold, right?
I think Satan is actually from Arabic origin. The shaitan, I think.
No, I made one video.
We have nothing in our culture that is close
I made
to that.
one video for every black man out there that you are Satan, because Satan is Satan. That is the company of the black people. Satan, to tan your skin. Yeah, to tan your skin. So they actually created that system that we will start binding ourselves because we are Satans. You hate yourself, bind yourself, use yourself against yourself. That is all about Satan's system. And the same thing we call about the devil, the evil.
Oh, so they created the ideology of Satan so that we can cast ourselves.
You keep casting yourself. Anytime you are binding Satan, you're binding yourself because you are Sat. Sat means in the old musical language, capro, friend, companion. So, but tan, to tan your skin now, tan is to tan your skin. It is a brown skin. You understand? Brown skin people. It is the company of the brown skin people. That is willing of Satan. That is nothing more than that. Let's take things literally. It was created for us to keep binding ourselves and forgetting to explore the reality of our spirituality. That is the truth. That is the truth. But we're not going to go more than 30 minutes on this package.
For today, okay?
Yes,
okay.
We're not going to go. But I want you to bring out much in the next video, or more practicality on how we can begin to have access to a phallogram or a phallology, because it is a very vast global, not just not use the word religious, spiritual coding that people are diving into now. Because why? They are doing programming. Your kids are doing programming in Nigeria, doing coding.
Yes.
You understand? And I understand that the last movie that came out in this station, the cinema, was the Yoruba guys that did the movie about tomorrow, the future. You know, I don't know whether you've seen about the movie. Yeah, so it was those guys that wrote the program about the movie.
Wow.
Yes, and these are Yoruba guys, and these are deep ancestors who have come back to take the bull by the horn and revolutionize our spirituality into the modern concept. I will want you to say something now before we leave the platform, because a lot has been said otherwise.
Yes. So we should watch out for discourses based off existing powerful books on IFA and AFA. So we are going to pick specific authors and ideas and philosophers, indigenous, and we will discuss them.
Okay.
So our viewers should watch out for these in-depth discourses in the next few videos. Yeah.
Okay. So that's just we want us to start doing. That will help us. So we'll take one of the books, because now we have all this information in part in different books. Just like the Alpha divination we have in the Igbo language, we have in different books. So we're gonna bring them together. We want to see where they're gonna cross path, especially the Yoruba and the Igbo, where they're gonna cross path to begin to understand. And then why are we having this separate ideology, but they are all the same, and see how we are beginning to align them one by one. Like you say, I want to say something here. When this guy he said about the 8 Ejiogbe and the Oyekan. which is indivisible. You know, the 8 and the 16. That is what
Yes.
people will not understand this, but that is the real coding in IFA. Mysteries. We are lost as a race, but thank the Eledumare. We appreciate the ancestors who has brought us back in our dispensation. I will always salute the dispensation. This dispensation is there to make the ancestors proud because we came with enough load of what they thought they were buried. You know, I challenged them that what they thought they took in Africa was just 20%. You know, they didn't take anything.
Yes.
What they thought
We are
they
going to
took.
redirect the people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Our lineages will be redirected to the source.
May the Lumores preserve us all,
Ashe.
and may Eshu and all the deities of our land, may Amadioha, and may all the gods of our ancestors keep us. And for those my
Ashe.
Agwishi mates, the sacred Agwishi confraternity, the Agwishi mystical body of all the Igbos, I said, may your Agbo go Purokoshi. If you know, you know. We'll see you guys later. And boss,
All right.
I love
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much.
Thank you
Thank you.
so much.
Nice to
And
talk. Thank you.
I'll call you in for another time. Okay.
All right. I'm here.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.